Hello, Sobe Pontefraid. Can I take your order, please?
Speaking to me now is the former WBC World Heavyweight Champion. The word living legend gets overused in Britain a little bit, I think, but this guy truly is a legend, and that laugh is a legendary as well.
Yakida, sir. Thank you, and the listeners as well.
Frank, of course, you're here on the BKB 16. How did you first become involved in BKB?
They asked me to come and try and support them, and I come down and I enjoyed it. This was the foundation. Boxing started off with bare knuckles, then it went on to gloves or whatever. But it's a very, very good show. There's security, ambulance there, doctors there. If anything, happens to him. But that Welsh boy what just fought there, he looks like a rhino, a Welsh rhino from the valleys, boyo.
When you watch these guys fight, do you feel the urge, the temptation to get back in the ring himself? Because I know you're somebody who enjoyed your boxing when you were in the ring.
Yeah, sometimes you want to spar. I train every single day, so I still have the, the instinct there. But it's a young boy's sport. But yeah, I still could hold my own. And sometimes you feel like you want to get in there. But I just go in the gym and I let it out in the gym rather than getting out there because it's a young man's sport. But as you do karate, as you do whatever, you get masters in whatever you do. So I feel like I'm the master in the boxing. So I'm more experienced now than I was when I was boxing.
And what sort of damage, if you just hold those fists up to the camera there, what sort of damage do you think those fists right there could do in BKB?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Everybody has different power, but I've worked on my power from when I was about 8 to even now work on my power. Just get stronger every day and keep fit and run and keep your heart pumping and swim and do all different freaky exercises to keep yourself fit, test yourself,
One of the most famous punches you actually threw was in a fight you didn't win against Mike Tyson the first time. And that first round, you hurt Frank, you hurt Mike, and you had him reeling.
Yeah.
I mean, how badly hurt was Tyson, do you think?
I think he was hurt, but I didn't follow up or whatever I was trying to follow up. But he's a very, very small guy. But what he lacks in height, he makes up for it. Big arms, and he bobs and weaves and ducks and dives and recovers very, very quick. But I had a good innings, so I can't really grumble.
So you don't look back at that moment? 'Cause I know a lot of fans, I've watched that fight hundreds of times, and when I watch it I think, oh, go Frank, Frank.
I don't have no bitterness. Sometimes when you have bitterness, you sit down there and it can depress you and get you down and cause all sorts of different things. I had a good innings. I won some and I lost some, and I had a good career, so I ain't got no complaints, and I'm still working and ducking and diving now.
And of course, your most famous win was when your dream came true for you, when you beat Oliver McCall. What a night.
When I first started as an amateur, when I was 18, I fought a guy from Wales called Rudy Pika, and it was such a tough fight. He was a southpaw, very, very tough, homegrown Welsh guy, and it could have gone either way. It could have gone his way or my way, and God rest his soul with his family and respect to his family and that, but it all started out from there, at 18 at the Royal Albert at Wembley.
And of course, we were talking about the McCall fight there, a really tough fight. You controlled the first 2/3, and the last third was pretty tough for you, but you managed to get through the fight.
Sad. He come on very, very strong, you know what I mean? I didn't know how strong he was, but when I went into the ring with him, I knew how strong. I used to spar with him beforehand, but when he was for the fight, he was so strong, I thought I was in the ring with a baboon.
Well, I just got to tell you now, Frank, when that fight took place, I was actually in the army in basic training.
Okay, yeah, wicked, that's nice.
But we weren't allowed out of our barracks to watch the fight, so I actually was under my bed, under my duvet in the army base, listening to the fight on a radio.
Yeah.
Back in the days when radios were fashionable.
Definitely, yeah.
Another fight you had early in your career, which was a bit of a battle of Britain, was yourself against Joe Bugner. That was quite a personal fight for you?
That was an experienced fight, because most of the fights I was going in, I was knocking over people, so I didn't get experience. So he took me 8 rounds, and he's a clever, tie you up and hold you down, but I wasn't having none of it, and it was a good to get on your score and your record,
And I think that fight it got quite personal in the end, sort of on the build-up.
I think he got personal to sell tickets, and the promoters tried to get him. He knew how to wind up people, but I stay out of that hibbery-jibbery personal business, you know what I mean? Say what you want and do what you got to do in the ring.
And it was similar in the fight in Lennox Lewis, which of course took place in Cardiff. I think that was your second opportunity to fight for the world title.
Yeah.
And there was some bitterness between yourself and Lennox.
Yeah, there was a little bit, but I think he was a bit below the belt, and I think if you sit him down and talk to him and get him in a quiet spot, he was a little bit strong what he said. But people say some sticks and stones are breaking down. You know what I mean? Words are words. You know what I mean? But it was a little bit naughty, yeah.
You retired after the second Tyson fight. When you look back on your career, do you have any regrets, or do you wish you'd done anything?
None at all. I started out, I was 8, got sent to a bull stall, come out of the bull stall, tried a couple of jobs, building site, shop assistants, doing all different things. I just went into boxing. I weren't very good at it, but I was very, very strong and very, very determined. When I went into training camp, I stuck at it, and I was very, very mentally strong and physically strong, but not Sugar Ray Leonard or Muhammad Ali, but I had a lot of heart and a lot of determination.
What do you think of today's heavyweights, Joshua, Fury, Wilder, etc.?
I wish they were around in my day. I wish they were around in my day, but God bless them and I wish them all the best whatever they're doing.
Okay, Frank, the boxing's about to start, so I'll leave you go. Thanks for your time. It's
Yaki da to everyone listening.
Yaki da.
Everyone's a yaki da, but if you're Welsh, yaki da.
Thank you, Frank. It's not often we get to meet a legend,
Cheers,
so thank you, mate.
Hello, Selby Pontypridd. Can I take your order, please?